Welcome back, and thank you for joining us again today to do another edition of Research Fantasy Presents our MLB DFS Pitcher Picks for August 31st, 2017. We will be turning the calendar to September 1st tomorrow. Can't believe the year is going. We are just 10 days away from football. 10 real days. Hard to believe that. Baseball season winding down. Will be a bit of a relief just writing about it every night, but then hockey and basketball are going to be right behind it. So, no rest for the wicked. Let's talk pitching. Let's start off with Jeremy Hellickson, 12-3 fantasy draft, 6,800 FanDuel, 6,200 on DraftKings. Pitching is top-heavy, to say the least, tonight, even though there's only 6 games on the slate. And Hellickson can be a disaster from time to time, there's no question about it. But he does have some solid upside. The Blue Jays have been giving a lot of mediocre pitchers pretty big nights. Rick Porcello, who's not a mediocre pitcher, had a solid night. Could have had more, but just as somehow after the 4th inning just stopped striking batters out. He was at a torrid pace of almost 2 an inning. Nonetheless, I think the upside's there for 40 points on FanDuel, 24 on DraftKings, but you have to understand that the floor is probably below 0. I think he makes a good tournament play. Moving on from there, Gonzalez, 23-1 fantasy draft, 9,300 FanDuel, 11-9 DraftKings. On paper, one of the best pitchers, unquestionably, this year. Still a guy I have a hard time trusting. It seems like whenever I trust him, he destroys me. Gets a good matchup against the Brewers, who are just scuffling right now. There's really no reason not to use him. I mean, I think he's going to be more of the cash game play, whereas our last pitcher, Madison Bumgarner, 23-4 on Fantasy Draft, 9,800 FanDuel, 12-1 on DraftKings. Like, it's one of these situations where I hate to rail on one company, and there's things that I don't like about DraftKings at times too, but FanDuel, it's definitely far more persisting. There's a true lack of effort on FanDuel's part to adequately price players based on the slate. Madison Bumgarner under 10K as the top price pitcher just allows too much of a solid lineup construction around him. It takes so much of the skill out of it because you can really just stack a lineup. I'm not saying you can play Trout and Stanton and Votto all together, but I am saying, like, you don't have to be really cunning to try to find that, 2 or 3 bats that are cheap to medium priced or just cheap in general to round your lineups out. Whereas on DraftKings, they make you do that because Bumgarner is priced at 12-1 because there has to be a high-priced pitcher on the slate, or else you're just going to have overlapping ownership, especially on a 6-game slate. So while they may kill CFL because they just don't know what to do with it, they are absolutely correct in how they handle this. Bumgarner, not been Bumgarner in 2016. This is something that I hope will cause his, season-long draft value to drop significantly going into 2018. I said 2016. It is definitely 2017. Anyway, I hope it does make his draft stock fall a little bit going into 2018 because the talent's there. It's just been injuries, just hasn't been able to get focused. The Cardinals, not a great matchup. But look, if you think that people are going to trust Gio and you want to try to get a little bit of an advantage, for right around the same price, you plop in Bumgarner, and there you have your differentiation. I do not think there's merit in trying to force both of these guys into your lineup tonight. But I think taking one is the route to go. That'll wrap it up. Jeremy Hellickson, Gio Gonzalez, Madison Bumgarner. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel below. Check us out at researchfantasy.com. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.